But now new research from Joe's Cervical Cancer Trust and the Scottish Government has found that 2/3 of Scottish women are unaware that not attending cervical screening is one of the biggest risk factors for developing cancer. Worryingly high numbers are also unaware of what the test is for. It's Cervical Cancer Awareness Week, so I'm joined in the studio now by Suzanne Fernando, who was treated for the disease. Suzanne, how did you discover you had the condition?
I was pregnant at the time with my second daughter, Aaron, and I took a bleed at the end of the pregnancy. I was rushed into hospital, given an examination, and it was then that the cancer was found in the cervix, about the size of a man's fist. So the following day, I was given an immediate emergency caesarean. Aaron was born perfectly well, and unfortunately I hemorrhaged soon after and was given a hysterectomy to save my life. So not only was I actually going through cancer treatments, getting my head round the fact I had cervical cancer, I then went on and had to deal with the onset of early menopause at the age of 26.
My goodness, it must have been a real shock for you and for your family.
Yes.
Before this diagnosis, were you aware of the importance of cervical cancer screenings?
Yes, I was, absolutely.
And you went regularly for your appointments?
Yes. It was purely because as I was pregnant, I wasn't due my smear, and apparently as the hormones kind of work faster in the body, as did the abnormalities and the cancer.
And luckily for you, you went into remission and are now cancer-free, which is great news. But when you were in remission, when was it that you realised how important it was to raise awareness of going for screenings?
Well, we did struggle at the time to get the information and support that we desperately needed. And then I found out about Joe's Cervical Cancer Trust, and I've been volunteering with them ever since. They are a fantastic charity, helping to raise awareness for various cervical issues, abnormalities, HPV, immunisation.
And in your time working as a volunteer for the charity, what have you found are the common misconceptions for people?
I think for a lot of women is the fear factor. They're scared, they don't really know what's involved. They worry about the size of the speculum. You can request a smaller speculum. Some women actually just don't even know what a cervical smear is and the importance it has. So that's why it's so important that women who are suffering any of this side effects, symptoms, to please go and get checked, because it is a silent killer, cervical cancer, and the symptoms you could relate to any minor ailment. Lower back pain, oh, I've been working all day, pain during intercourse, irregular, discharge, the discharge can be a different colour and things like that. Little things, but can actually be symptoms, worrying symptoms of cervical cancer. So please get to your GP or your nurse.
And Suzanne, just briefly, you're involved in these roadshows that are taking place. How will they work?
The roadshows are absolutely fantastic. They really are. Last year they toured the UK, reaching thousands and thousands of women. It was such a success. This year we're so lucky to have the funding from the Scottish Government to allow Joe's Cervical Cancer Trust to take the Be Cervix Savvy Roadshow across Scotland. Today it's in Aberdeen for a week, and then it'll move on to Dundee, Fife. Brilliant. It'll reach us in Glasgow around the 9th of July.
Great. Well, we look forward to hearing all about it. Many thanks for joining us, Suzanne Fernando.
Very welcome. Thanks, Emma.